Hello to all retail traders and welcome to another lesson with easy trading with Weis Wave with Speed Index. Decided to make a series of videos to demonstrate how nicely Weis Wave with Speed Index fits to tick chart trading. So this is video number 1, part 1, and first we need to explain what is a tick chart, where can you find it, and how to set it up. So setting up, and also we're going to compare a time frame chart and a tick chart to get the differences. So what is a tick chart? Well, a tick chart is a time-independent chart that every bar is formed after a specific number of ticks. Okay, the number of ticks is you can define yourself. So depending on the time frame, the larger the time frame, the larger the number of ticks. For example, in a pair, we can have 1 minute time frame to be 80 ticks average. Or in another pair, it could be 120 ticks average. All this is customizable and you can set it up. And also, since in Forex we don't have real volume, a tick chart is also a constant volume chart. Okay, it's the same thing. So let's see where to find it. You can find many tick chart indicators for MetaTrader all over internet. The one I'm using, it's coming from this site. I'm not trying to advertise this site. I'm just showing which one I'm using. The site is called OVO, and the guy Milan has written several indicators converting basically a time chart to anything else. And these charts are, for example, Renko charts or range bar charts or mean Renko charts. And all these indicators that he has created also include the volume inside. So this is the tick chart indicator, or constant volume in our case. You can download it. It has a test drive for 15 days also to set it up. So we will use this indicator for our examples, and we will start from scratch, setting up the indicator and then comparing the two different charts. So let's start for the blank chart, nothing else. This is GBP USD chart. Okay, on a black and white. Let me change a bit the background. Make it more visible. Background, let's make it, I don't know, this color. Okay, better now. So the indicator is called tick bar. Okay, so I will drag this in. So basically what this indicator will do, independent of what time frame we are in, it will go to the lowest time frame, which is the 1 minute, and it will collect the ticks and will start creating a new chart depending on the ticks you're going to set it up, and it's going to create an offline chart. Okay, so let's say, for example, we leave it as it is. So here, every 500 ticks of volume, a new bar will be created. Here is if we want to downgrade from 4 to 5 to 4 digits. This depends on our broker. And here we want to be the session to be continuous or not. Setting offline chart, the name of the offline chart basically that we're going to open up to see it. If you leave it blank, it will just create an M61 chart. We will see it. And this is the number of candles to start with. That means the number of history of bars. So I will put 3000 bars back, for example. And here we will put your serial number. And I'll press OK. And this is what we see. Down here we see tick chart, 500 ticks, and the M61. Okay, so now if I press, and also this is also here on the offline charts. If I open the offline charts, you will see on the GBP USD an M61 chart, which is this one, and it's 3002 bars. All right, so I don't have to open it from here because if I click this, it will open the chart. And this is our tick chart. All right, it's a 500 tick chart. Let me format it a bit so we get the same. We'll make it also black and white with our background to be the same as the other one. All right, okay, also take off the grid. Show period separators. Okay, so what the indicator has done from this one, it went to the 1 minute chart. It depends on where we are, we could be anywhere, and created the tick chart with 500 ticks per bar. So if we go to the tick chart again, this means that each bar is 500 ticks. And how do I know that? Well, if I drag the volume indicator, it's all flat. And it's all 500 ticks. If you go to each bar, you will see that it says 500, 500, 500, 500. So we are looking at a constant volume chart at the moment. All right. Now let's say that we want to create a tick chart which is similar to the 1 hour chart. So this is what I would do. I will go to my time frame chart. I will make it on a daily, the way it is. I will put the regular volume indicator, okay, and then I will put a moving average on that indicator of 200 periods, simple, of the volume indicator, in order to get the average ticks per day. So the average ticks per day at the moment here, it's 78,133. So if I divide this by 24 to make it an hourly, I have written it here, so we have to do, it's 325 ticks per hour. So if I wanted to create an hourly chart, looking like an hourly chart, I have to create a tick chart at 3,225 ticks. So if I go here and I press 3,225 ticks, enter, and then M61, now we have a tick chart which is at 3,225 ticks per hour, and it's also visible from the volumes here. All right, okay. So let's say that I wanted to create a 5 minute chart. So what I'll do, since 1 hour is 325, divide that by 12 because there are 12 5 minutes in an hour, makes it we have here 325 divided by 12. We need 268 ticks in order to get a 5-minute chart. Let's make it. Okay, so I'll press M61 again. And here we got a 5-minute chart now. All right, and you can see here it says 268. All right, and if I press, now let's compare a bit. Let's compare a bit the charts. I will go back to the 1 hour. So 3,225 ticks. There is also a nice remote control, let's say, tool which you can install on your tick chart, which is here, and this OVO site, Milan is giving it for free. And so you go to the offline chart and you take this Omnia remote. Okay, let me take the server clock off and the candle predictor off. So right now we are on the tick chart and it shows us our setup. And if we want to go back to our time frame chart, we just press the feed and we went to the time frame chart. Okay, if we want to go back to our offline chart, we just press this and we went to our offline chart, which is very useful. Also, you can change the ticks from here. You don't have to go back and forth between the charts. Also, if you click the arrows, it makes the tick chart half. So right now it's half an hour since we had an hour before. Okay, now it's 50 minutes. And now it's 7.5 minutes. Okay, and now it's 3.5 minutes. So let's go back to the hour, which was 3,000. Okay, 232 each now. So and let's compare the two charts. And then I'm going to fit in the Weis Wave to see how nice it fits on the tick chart. All right, let's compare the two charts. Okay, let me take this off. Okay. Also this, we need to put it in 1 hour because here we have set up 1 hour ticks. So these are the two charts. As you can see, there are some differences here. First of all, okay, look at the volumes. This is the time, this is the constant volume. So, and then, look at this area here, how it looks in a tick chart. And why is that? Because this is during Asia hours where volume is very, very low, so you got many bars, okay, many hours. While here, the indicator is waiting to fill 3,232 in this case in order to form a bar. That's why there are less bars here. Okay, so it's much nicer. What are the... This is an advantage for me, the constant volume. It's a big advantage also on the Weis Wave, as you're going to see it later on. The problem with this at least for me, it's that I have to go back and forth because I need to create my levels, and I don't know if my levels, for example, resistance support, it's the weekly or the daily or whatever level that is. For example, in this chart, we will go on the daily and we will draw this as a daily level. Here, where is the daily level? So you got to go back and forth and say, okay, the daily level, it's 1.4253, so many pips. So you need to go down and say, all right. Or you have to adjust to the daily ticks, so this can look as a daily chart. For example, if I put the 78, what was it? It was 78,000 something. Let's put 78,000. So this will look at, this will be a daily. Okay, this is the top here, it's this one. And if you have this written somewhere, then okay, you can mark the levels easy. That's the only disadvantage that I see working with tick charts. For example, drawing the support, the resistance, and the fibs. Okay, everything else it's much better than the time frame because we are dealing with volume, and volume is what we care about because volume moves everything. So let's go back to 3,000 to 25. Okay, and here to the 1 hour. Another disadvantage is that if you have too many offline charts, for example, let's say 20 offline charts, your computer is getting really slow. I don't know if the indicator, it's a problem of the indicator or it's a problem of the MetaTrader. I think it's most probably of MetaTrader, but I'm not sure about that. So you need a fast computer. Okay. And let's look now how does the Weis wave looks like in both cases. So first of all, we will put the pip waves. Okay, sensitivity. SI we don't need. The pip wave and the wave to be the pips. Alright. So we got the pip wave. Now let's put the volume wave. Indicator number 2. Same settings on the sensitivity. Volume is default, SI is default. Let's put the shift 70. And let's take off the Bluetooth patterns for a bit because this is going to be in a different lesson. Where are the Bluetooth signals off? All right. So we got the volume wave and the pip wave, and let's do the same thing on the tick chart. 0 and 1 pips. Okay. And let's also put the volume. Indicator number 2. Display speed index, yes. Display to signals, false. Volume is default. Let's make that 70. The offset. And we got it both. Okay. Let's make this a bit smaller so we can see the better the make them similar here to be comparable. Okay. somewhere here, somewhere here. Okay. Now, look how nice, let's zoom in here too. The volume waves look here, okay? Because they're constant, each bar it's adding a constant number, it's adding 3,225 ticks, okay? Look also the following. Since we are working with tick charts, not with time, as I said before, look at what happened here, how many bars. Also look up here, okay, in the time frame chart, we got 1, 2, 3 waves, okay? In the tick chart, we got only 2 waves, 1 and 2, okay? Because, again, it's a different story. Here it's working to fill in each bar the 3,225, okay? Let's look at a zoom out story. Okay, look how easily it's identified after this down wave, the red waves, the down waves, how easily they are identified, which are bigger than the green ones. Here is not that easy to see, all right? First of all, we got different wave lines touching because we have a different chart. Okay, we have a different chart. We got less waves and more clear waves on the tick chart. Okay, more clear waves. We are at 1 hour. Let me see if I can see any clear example, because there should be many of them. And this is one. Let's see what's the difference between these two charts here. Okay. Look at this volume. Okay, and look at this pip move. Okay, and then let's look at the same thing here. It's not so visible on the time frame chart. Okay, it's not so visible. It's more visible on the, also the SIs. The SI in this case it's 8.3 and in this case it's 10.3. Okay, this is also a big difference. So how do we trade this thing? This is coming up in the next video, okay? But one simple, very simple example here. First of all, look this down move, on the time frame chart and look at the same down move. These two down moves are the same on the tick chart. Look at the volumes down here and look at here. Look how clear it is that the down moves are bigger than the up moves, and also the pips are moving linear with and the up moves have some of them hard to move up. Look at this. Look at this up move, which is close to the same size of the previous down move, but look at the pip move. Very small. You don't see it here at all. Here it is very clear on the tick chart. So this we will emphasize on a different lesson. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions concerning the tick charts or anything else, you know where to find me. TradeTheVolumeWaves.com. Thanks again for watching.